What's up, bud? It's Rob. This is Apparel Success. And if you don't know who I am, I run a Canadian clothing brand called K-Bud that's doing well into the six figures in sales, and this YouTube channel does six figures. So I help clothing brands and entrepreneurs like you get really good results. And what I want to talk about here is how most wannabe entrepreneurs who are procrastinating, they're waiting for that amazing idea to come in before they start taking action, are actually way more screwed than they realize. It doesn't matter if you have a good idea or a bad idea for your business. Most new entrepreneurs will fail on their first few tries at a business based on the execution of that idea alone and based on a lack of experience. Now, I'm not saying that everybody who starts up a business for the first time is going to fail, but if you're spending a lot of time waiting for that amazing idea to come in, you're waiting to pull the trigger before everything's right, before you actually start taking action and trying to sell your clothing or sell what it is that you're trying to offer, you're not gaining any of that experience, and it's not really helping you one bit to become successful. So let's get into it. Apparel Success is sponsored by my buds over at Design Crowd, and if designs are something that you struggle with, I really recommend that you give them a shot. These are some of the best-selling designs on my website, and I got them all made through Design Crowd. If you're interested, head over to designcrowd.com/apparel to learn about the special offer that I have for you, or simply use the discount code APPAREL when you post a project on Design Crowd. All right, so when it comes to starting your first business, trying to become successful as an entrepreneur, I'd honestly prefer if my best business idea comes to me 10 or 20 years from now. And the reason for that is because Rob will be able to execute on that business idea so much better in 10 or 20 years from now than I currently can right now. And everything that I'm doing right now, I'm building experience, I'm gaining skills, I'm gaining knowledge, and I just know that my level of execution will be so much better year to year. And so this is where most people who are procrastinating, and there's tons of procrastinators out there, they don't really understand how business really works. They think that when they get that really amazing idea, that that's going to be everything, and then they're gonna implement it, they're gonna put it in place, and because it's a good idea, they're gonna become successful. But what they're missing is all of the nuances that go into creating a business. And if you're watching this video right now, you probably know what I'm talking about. Learning things like Photoshop, learning even how to register a business, how to do any of your bookkeeping, how to read a balance sheet, how to read your accounting, how to understand any of that, how to run Facebook ads, how to run Instagram ads, how to create a marketing strategy, how to send out email campaigns, how to build a website. Like, really think about that. If you're procrastinating, imagine you're waiting for that amazing idea to come in, then now you have it. And so now you can start. You're not really going to be successful because you don't know how to do any of those things. And it takes a long time. It takes years to learn all the ins and outs of all of this stuff. And so that's why the best time to start was yesterday. It doesn't matter really how good or bad the idea is, because it's more so about what your future self is gaining from all of the learning that you're going to go through just being in the experience itself. Now, this is a really high level idea that all of the actions you're taking inside of your business, everything that you're doing as an entrepreneur, is really to funnel back inside of you and give you more skills, give you more knowledge, give you more wisdom that you can apply to your life, that you can offer to new businesses, that you can offer to your current business, and that it's all funneling back into you as experiences. I'm definitely not thinking like this all the time, to be straight up with you. I definitely go into lower level thinking at times where I'm thinking about trying to make money and, just more petty level things. But I know on a deeper level that this is true. That if I step back, what I'm doing with my clothing brand K-Bud, with this YouTube channel, is all just an accumulation of experiences that's helping me become a bigger and better entrepreneur for future things that I try to build. But the reason why I said at the beginning of this video that most people who are putting off starting their business, they're thinking about their idea, but they're just not executing on anything yet, are screwed, is because I know that it takes years to develop the skills that you need, to develop the knowledge that you need and the wisdom through firsthand experience, because videos like this can only really get you so far. You really need to actually start trying to build a business and learn through firsthand experience. That's going to be way more powerful than watching any type of video like this. That it's going to take years for you to develop enough skills and knowledge and things like that to be able to become successful at all. And so if you wait until you're at the end of your 20s, your early 30s, mid 30s to start, because now maybe you have that amazing idea, what you're definitely going to realize when you start, if you're coming from a place of no experience, is that things are actually much different than you'd imagined in your mind. So you're projecting this idea when you start your business of everything going easy. You're imagining that when you launch this business, because the idea is great, that everything's just going to take off. But because you don't have any experience yet, you do not understand that the marketing of all of this is something very tedious, that's ongoing, that takes so much experience to really understand how to do well. And every other little aspect of your business is like that as well. And that there's just so many different things to learn. And when you start that business, then it's going to start, then you need to add, 3 or 4 or 5 years on top of that to really start seeing any real results. And that's really only if you're truly passionate about what you're doing and you really are putting in hard work. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because it's true. Okay? This is just the truth. It takes time and it takes a lot of knowledge, and you're competing with the world nowadays. So in the online business space, it's now a free market. Anybody can start up a business, so you're literally competing with everybody in the entire world. And back in the day, like let's say you wanted to start up a YouTube channel nowadays, back in the day, you'd only be able to get in front of people if you got signed by a television station or something like that. But now anybody can start up a YouTube channel, and so most people aren't getting any views, and only the people who are truly captivating, are truly entertaining, and are offering the most amount of value will rise to the top and get any of the views. And that's just because anybody can post online, anybody can put things out there, and it's just the best that come to the top. And that's true for a YouTube channel, that's true for a TikTok account, that's true for an Instagram account, it's true for your online business, for everything that you're trying to do online. Is you're just competing with the whole world, and you're competing with people who have been at this for a long time. And so the best time to start is right now, and take it seriously. Start treating this as something that is sort of competitive, where you really want to be building your skills to the point where really other people have a hard time competing with you, because in order for them to catch you, they're going to have to put in years of work to get to the point that you're at. To be completely honest with you and straight up, this video was inspired by seeing a lot of friends of mine who are approaching their late 20s, early 30s, who sort of had this mentality that things will just sort of work out for them, that they're gonna get that idea eventually, that they'll be billionaires one day, that they'll be millionaires one day, and they just know it deep inside. And what they don't have is experience. They don't have a deep understanding of how entrepreneurship truly works. And so in my mind, there's a bit of a delusion there. And I don't even say that in a mean way, because they just don't know what they don't know. And so if I can get in front of you here and let you know that, if you're in your mid-20s, it's going to take some time to really get the ball rolling with this. And this is advice that people tend to not want to hear, because as human beings, we want things immediately. As animals, we just want that immediate gratification. We want things right now. And the reality of business is that it takes time. And so if you delay too long, and if you wait around with this mentality that I just know I'll be a millionaire one day, I just know I'll be a billionaire deep inside, and you're not actually putting things in place, you're not actually doing it, then you may actually wake up one day and you'll be 30 whatever and realize that nothing's worked out for you, and you don't have a career, and you don't know what you're doing, and you've just been kind of sitting around, bumming around, waiting for this money to come in that hasn't been earned at all, where you haven't created a business that warrants that money being made for you. And so I just hope that these videos are kind of like gut-wrenching in a good way, where you can kind of feel, even from my vibe, just sort of my own sort of new awareness around how all this stuff works based on my own experience growing a business, and how it's been just so eye-opening, my 10-year journey, failing with the first 3 or 4 businesses that I ever tried to start. I had that exact same mentality when I was starting up those businesses for the first time, thinking, oh man, I've got this great idea. When I put it in place, it's just going to take off. And then you start it and you just realize like that just eye-opening experience where you go, holy crap, like there's all these little things and I'm going to have to keep working at this. And it's not this totally fun, easy journey the whole time. It's actually really hard and challenging where you have to force yourself to learn a ton of skills that you don't necessarily feel competent in right now and all these different little things. And so I really hope that, I can get ahead of you here if you're early in your journey and just sort of let you know what you're in for in a way that just kind of gets you prepared mentally to be able to handle the journey and face it with open eyes, where you're not just sort of in la la land thinking that everything's just going to happen easy for you, and where you get out there and you earn it for yourself. If you got a lot of value out of this video, please hit the like button for me. It really helps me get these videos out there. And if you haven't already, check out my free clothing brand marketing masterclass. All you have to do to get access is go to apparelsuccess.com/masterclass, and you can watch the whole thing for free. And if you've made it to this point in the video, I want to tell you about the closed Facebook group that we have with Apparel Success. There's a link in the description. Follow that link, join us in the group, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.